A lot of people have been asking me, Christine, I saw that you stayed at Breezes in Nassau, Bahamas. Should I book that resort? Would you recommend it? Like, will I have a great time? And my honest answer, because y'all know I like to keep it 100 on this channel, is maybe. It really depends on what you're looking for. So in this video, I want to help you out with things you can expect and things you should not expect from this resort coming up. And if you're new here, yo, I'm Christine Lozada with Where in the World is CL, and I make travel videos every week to help you get up, get out, and go travel. So if you like to travel, consider subscribing. One of the things I just care a lot about is having the right expectations on a trip. So, you know, the good time you're expecting to have is the good time you get. It's why I feel a certain kind of way about Tulum, but we're talking about Nassau, and this is an all-inclusive resort. So let's talk about that, because my expectations were around open bar, lots of booze, and a lot of food. And let's talk about what not to expect about the alcohol. The good news is you can expect a lot of bars all around the property and really nice bartenders and really nice service. But what you shouldn't expect is that top shelf goodness. In other words, each bar has different selection, which is okay. And the Pelican Bar, which is the one downstairs, open evenings only, so 6 p.m. onwards, has the best selection in my mind. And what I mean by that are things like Johnny Walker Black instead of Jack Daniels on the other bars, or things like Tito's instead of Finlandia on the other bars. But tell me in the comments below what top shelf means to you. To me, it means having sparkling wine like Chandon onwards, or having vodka like Grey Goose onwards. And that just wasn't the case here, that's okay. I ended up bringing my own wine. If you want other suggestions for food and places to drink on the island, make sure you check out my other video, but I love Young's Wines or 700 Wines. But the selection was different everywhere, and it's not exactly top shelf, although the bartenders are super nice and will happily pour you as much as you want to drink. Let's talk about food, because that's the other part of the all-inclusive goodness, right? We're all expecting tons of food, and you can expect to eat a lot of food if you want to. It truly is all you can eat, but it's not very good. In my opinion. So let's talk about that. Hold on. I did like the poolside grill. They had some easy dishes like the jerk chicken and the Caesar salad, and they even had fried wings as well. Those were all super tasty, super easy dishes. But when it comes to the buffets, like the breakfast buffet or the dinner buffet, the lunch buffet, it was just a total miss. The food didn't look appetizing. It didn't taste appetizing. I took the short walk, and it's literally a 5-minute slow, if you're walking super slow in your bare feet or flip-flops, along the beach to get to Bahamar. And so we ate and even got our coffee over at Bahamar. So I loved eating at Pizza Lab, getting coffee at Cafe Madeline. All that is in the video in the description below. But the food on the property wasn't the best. They do have a few like specialty restaurants. When I was there, they only had one restaurant open per night. The resort was not very busy while I was there. And so when we were eating at one of them, the Asian restaurant, it was actually really, really tasty. We had all kinds of dishes. We ate a lot of food, but then I realized halfway through the meal that this is really tasty because it's MSG. And then I felt like crap for the next 2 days. And so they do have a gym on site that did help out a little bit, but I didn't have the best experience eating on property. And don't forget, this is my experience. We don't know if the A team or the B team is on staff during your stay versus my stay. I'm just sharing my experience. But if you're finding some value in this video, cheers that like button, consider subscribing, and tell me in the comments below where else you're considering staying at, because I'm planning my return trip. And if you want to see the latest price for Breezes, I have a link in the description below that will take you to booking.com to see the latest and greatest price Bahamas. But let's talk about the next thing to expect, which is this a luxury resort? There is a stark contrast between walking into Baha Mar SLS Atlantis versus walking into Breezes. This resort wasn't built recently. It was renovated, but it wasn't renovated recently. And so this is more of like a charming hotel, which is totally fine. If that's something you love, it's something that I knew to expect, and it was exactly what was delivered. And so just know that that's the type of resort you're getting into when you sign up for Breezes. But the thing you can expect is really great location. It's right on Cable Beach. It's a short walk to Baha Mar, so we could go enjoy all the things that were over there. And it's a beautiful, beautiful beach. You have Goodman's Bay Park just on the other side, and while not associated with Breezes, you have the availability of going jet skiing, or you can go onto tours. There's tons of outside operators that have that available to you if you want different kinds of water sports. And sometimes they even have events right there. I got to catch the dragon boat racing event. That was awesome. But you have this long stretch of beautiful beach, and that's what Nassau is all about. It's about enjoying the beach. And I mean, what's cool about Breezes is you have the pool and you can see the beach from the pool, which is a really awesome thing. And so I actually, in another video, talk very honestly about things to do in Nassau, so link to that in the description below. But you can expect a really great location, but don't really expect high-end luxury. Let's talk about the rooms. Again, don't expect luxury in the rooms, but you know what you can expect? Air conditioning. That works really well. It was icy and awesome. It gets so hot in the Bahamas. So it was so nice to escape to the room and have really great air conditioning. Oh, and you know what else is really good? Fast and free Wi-Fi. And when I say fast, I mean I was able to record podcast episodes over Zoom calls on video with no interruption. So I was very happy about that. But in the rooms, totally comfortable, totally clean. The cleaning staff is awesome. I definitely brought in a lot of sand into the room, which here's something I definitely recommend. If you can get, so there's 2 towers at Breezes, and if you can get the rooms that have access to the beach, what's cool is that it opens out directly to the sandy beach, and you have your own table and chairs, and then you have your own dedicated cabana, and you also have your amazing butlers coming around serving drinks, which is so nice. Ooh, but you wanna know what else you should not expect? Fridges, unless you pay for it. So in other words, if you opt into getting a fridge into your room, there is an extra fee for that, which is $10 per day. And if you're like US dollars, Bahamian dollars, I have a whole video about tips. 1 Bahamian dollar is 1 US dollar, and you can switch back and forth between using them. Oh, and here's another thing. Even though on the website it says that gratuity is not necessary and is not accepted, we still love to tip for great service. So we tipped out our bartenders, and they definitely received and took it, which is what we wanted. This one is good news. Here's something I didn't expect. I didn't expect there to be a ton of activities. There's like a full activity board with things going on throughout the day. Like literally, as soon as I checked in and just, oh, let's do a quick walk around the property just to look, we got roped into playing beach golf. And the activities team, those guys are so nice. They were super fun. We spent hours playing pool volleyball with them, and they played jam and music, they got dance contests, they got darts going, they got all kinds of things going on. It's a really nice thing. So they have an activities staff, and the other thing, they have stand-up paddle. We did that. I mean, again, don't forget, you're right on Cable Beach. It's so beautiful. The actual area that they allow you to stand-up paddle or kayak, provided, in is very small. So you can't go super far, but you can do these activities. And they also have things like indoors. They have pool, they have games, they have all kinds of things. Ooh, they do also have tennis courts, pickleball courts, a running track, and beach volleyball. So those are also available too. And on that side, there's also like a hut, a spa hut. So just know that those are also some of the activities that you can do. But one thing not to expect is tons of entertainment midweek. So I was staying here midweek. I probably should have came on a weekend, but they had live music upstairs, and I love live music, especially the kind of music that they were playing. It's totally my jam. But the thing about it is that the floors, I don't know, like if they were tile or something, so the sound is bouncing everywhere, and it just, maybe it's because I dated DJ and I care a lot about music and the sound experience, but it just hurt my ears. And so we actually did not stay for the live music. We took it elsewhere, which is down to the Pelican Bar. And on certain nights, they have somebody who plays the piano so you can do sing-along tunes. But when that's not happening, again, the midweek stay, you can just enjoy the bartenders who are super fun and entertaining, and will take music requests as they play it off of their devices. There was Hurricane's nightclub, but I just didn't bother with it. But know that that's available to you. You want to know something else you shouldn't expect? Kids. This is actually kind of confusing because during different times of the year, they have different age restrictions. So make sure you check the link in the description below for your time of year. I guess this spot is kind of like the spring break hotspot. So be aware of that if you are looking for a quieter or couples vacation. Don't do it during spring break unless you like that kind of vibe, which I respect and support that. You can expect free parking. I used it. They have a free parking lot, but if you're not driving, which driving on the left side is still very bizarre to me, they do have taxis that are lined up, and a going rate for going to the airport from Breezes, it generally takes, depending on traffic, anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, super short, but can cost you anywhere from $20 to $30 depending on how many people and how much luggage. And if you're looking for helpful tips, don't forget about that helpful tips video that's available to you in the description below. So would I recommend it? It depends, right? If you care about really great location, check. Definitely got that one taken care of. If you don't really care about that top shelf or eating incredibly well-made food, then this is a great spot for you. I mean, you also need a price compare against your other options, right? What's going on at Bahamas? What's going on at prices in Atlantis? I dropped those links for you below so you can price compare, but it depends on what you're looking for. And so for our stay, again, we were there midweek. We were there for a few nights and we got a room right on the beach. And for me, I cared a lot about being able to catch every sunrise and every sunset and spending time on the water and sitting on the beach. And that was perfect. So it was a good stay for me. Will I stay there next time? Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I most likely will stay at one of the other resorts. I also like to change things up because why not? So I hope you found some value in this video. If you did, cheers that like button. Tell me in the comments below your helpful tips or where you're considering staying. There are a few other resorts I got my eye on that I don't know a lot about. Let's help each other out. We're all a community. I'll see you in the next adventure. Ciao.